sports. It's in the game.
Great play call, great pass, great reception. That play had it all.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They run here with Dowdle. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They run again with Dowdle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Vaughn on foot, puts it on the carpet, it's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Jackson on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Flush to his right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack.
And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down.
A slant route caught by Bateman. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A running play. It's Dowdle. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
On play action, Prescott.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets it up past the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Here's Vaughn. They'll run for it.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
He's to the 15.
And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Prescott. Touchdown.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now Jackson on 2nd down.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
3rd and 3.
Here's Prescott. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And it's now 14-0.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Jackson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And Jackson throwing once more.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a nice pick up there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Dowdle is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it's now 21-0.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Again, Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Lamar Jackson. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick when you don't. It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Justin Tucker ready to go here. This is going to be a ton of fun. Ravens and Bucks. Here we go from Tampa. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Mayfield going to the air right away. Escaping the pressure right. And his first look is incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Mayfield now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. 54 yards. And the Buccaneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
That's going deep for Bateman. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Again, it's Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look, oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Mayfield off the play fake. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, it's Mayfield.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Evans here.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 35. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Mayfield's throw complete to Otten.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the red zone now, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
first down, Mayfield. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now Mayfield. Rolling to his right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, Mayfield.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Play action. Now Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Flowers. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
53 yards.
and the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otten in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. To the right side into the hands of Flowers. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards after the big play. A chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Henry. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. A run up the middle with Irving. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
To throw, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right.
Open man, that's Henry.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. That is caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Tucker with the extra point. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Irving. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in.
About a half-yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. He'll try again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the return will stop right around the 25. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
A shotgun handoff here to Irving.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Rolling to his right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Baker Mayfield taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Here comes 2nd down.
To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Inside handoff, Henry. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Baker.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Nnamdi Madubuike in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Mayfield.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time not an ally. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
Coming out of the end zone, Eskridge. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Throwing to start here is Tua. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run for it with Achane.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Up the middle, Achane. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
On that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa.
Jalen Waddle, touchdown Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 28 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. Look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run from Achane.
And now off to the races down the right side.
He's to the 20.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Devon Achane.
92 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it as we resume action. Sanders now to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ravens offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 57 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. So it'll be a touchback, and that ball will be placed at the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Again, it's Achane.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Looking to pass. Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
130 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
On play action, here's Tua. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Jackson.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And incomplete on the deep ball. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll let that zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to handle as it will skip. It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47 -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned. Play action.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first.
Heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned.
They go play action here. Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle.
He's into space past the 25. Now he's loose. Road here in Baltimore. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now a 7. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Play action. Now Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Bosa. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Justice Hill,
62 yards.
And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but he'll decide against bringing it out, so they'll take over at the 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
49er first down.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
Being chased out left.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Seven, our score after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a second and long situation.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Debo going in motion left.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Throwing is Jackson.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this up to the 32.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy now to throw.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Purdy.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation. Give me a fresh ball. and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Pass caught by ps4.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Touchdown! George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game.
Jackson.
That's caught, but he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Final play of the half. Purdy. Oh, what a catch by Ayuk. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They go play action with Jackson. Now the Niners get there and bring him down.
Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stall.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey,
30 yards.
and the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 8.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. They find some open field here.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Henry up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away to his left. And Andrews. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Near his goal line, here's Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Purdy's throw there, taken in by Kittle. Down the right sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will decline that penalty, and that's going to force a 4th and goal. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know, now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Well, you need your best play here, no doubt. 4th down and 8.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And he'll return this ball across midfield. We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. To throw at the outset, here's Hurts.
They'll roll him out right.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back to back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
On first down, Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Here's Hurts to throw.
Flushed out right. To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A first down carry for Barkley.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
11 yards there, just like last play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down and 6 now.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Play action. It's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Henry again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go to Barkley again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They run behind center with Gainwell. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Hurts. That is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. He's got it at the 15. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 75 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
63.
Throwing is Hurts.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Buying time to his left. And he goes out right around the 39.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Now back to throw.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All the option left, it's Hurts.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Dallas Goddard, 35 yards.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Elliott good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take
into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Reed Blankenship.
He's still on his feet. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
108 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
They'll run it again with Barkley.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It got his man complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Rashad Bateman.
52 yards.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And that should do it. He's got a first.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Barkley down to about the 32.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and thank you.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. This is Barkley. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a pickup of 6. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
We're scoreless after 1. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On the run, it's Barkley. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Barkley. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Gainwell is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Jackson on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Nolan Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Flushed out right. He's got a man. Complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson under pressure. They got him again.
Nolan Smith. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw.
Throw caught by Flowers. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Boy, so 4th down, you make the stop defensively short of the line to gain, but a roughing the passer penalty, well, that's going to hurt. Give him 15 yards and, more importantly, a 1st down.
Forced out to his left, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll give Henry another shot. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Henry, touchdown, Baltimore.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the 2nd quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
They'll try and run it in with Henry, and he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They go play action with Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Nolan Smith in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson, and going deep for Hill. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Picked up by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And fights through one man. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. They'll run with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nolan Smith in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nolan Smith in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it.
Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
59 yards.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's brought down.
16 more on that one and another first down.
They're going to look to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Henry again on second down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He hasn't really had a game to remember, but that conversion right there is something to hang his hat on late.
It certainly is, and in these situations, what you're really looking for is the guy who's now...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Nolan Smith
from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these aces.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Nolan Smith.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long.
A slant route caught by Bateman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to...